Hello, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Jean-Guy Bourguignon on EFA23 on this Monday, April 20th, 420. 420. You know, in the words of Elton John, it's a sad, so sad situation, right? We are in a sad, so sad situation, but it's real. Even on 420, it's real. It's real. And when I look at the globally, we all agree that people have died, correct? Lots of people have died. We agree. We also agree that personal protective equipment, PPE, face coverings, it works, correct? We're all going to agree that it works. We agree that separation works, distancing and separation works. If you look at the pandemics of the past, and then the big ones, if you look at go back to 1350, like that pandemic, the Black Plague, the Black pandemics, and et cetera. There's a bunch of things out of it, but that one, that 1/3 of the world's population in 1350 passed away. And then just go back 100 years. Let's go backwards here from SARS. Let's go backwards, HIV and AIDS. Let's go backward, the Asian flu, the Spanish flu. The Spanish flu, 1918. Over 50 million plus people passed away of the Spanish flu. That's in the last 100 years, right? And they all did something. They all got back to work, right? They all got back, and they knew that isolation worked. And here's the other cool thing about they knowing isolation worked: the 1918 pandemic or the 1350 pandemic. Islands that were remote, that no transportation came in, no boats came in, nothing came in. No cases, zero, nada. Unfortunately, we let people in. Like, we just let people in. Unfortunately, we did that, but no cases, right? No cases of on those islands. So we knew that isolation worked. We know that from history. And then after the 1918, you'll see all these stunning women with these beautiful face coverings and that. You know, if you look at the old pictures, everybody wearing hats, everybody wearing the. There's probably a reason. They got used to something, right? These ladies with these veils in the front and beautiful face coverings and that, they probably got very fashionable with their face coverings. So when I look at that, and we all agree that separation and face coverings, et cetera, works, and we all agree that people have died and we got to control it. We also know that a lot of people contracted it, but there's nothing wrong with them. I've told you about friends of mine that almost died, right? And there's but a big part of the population contracted, have nothing. They're actually going to have vaccines are going to be based on a lot of the blood work of all these individuals that basically are full of it but have no symptoms of it, right? So they're going to make vaccines out of that. Really cool stuff coming out. There's a lot of cool things that are going to happen out of this. There's a lot of learning that's going to happen out of it for the betterment of everything, right? For the betterment of everything. And we're in a sad situation. And I've talked based on all these things, like a lot of these jobs won't be there. Right, we're programming, we're training people to work without employees. We're programming, we're training people that haven't done electronics, haven't done Zoom meetings, haven't done stuff that their admin used to do. Now they're doing it themselves. All these things, all these jobs, even government, right? Even government, they're running government much more efficiently now, right? We all realize that. So all these jobs, right? That's a sad situation. Teaching people how to operate their business without needing a commercial space. Sad situation. So when I look at all that, and the hospitals right now, people have all these videos out there. There's nobody in the hospitals, nobody in the hospitals. Do you know what they're finding out? Is that people that actually are in the hospitals are real cases, real COVID-19 cases, fighting cancer, having babies, like real hospital needs. They know that now because we don't have the, I think I sprained my right butt cheek lineups, right? We don't have those lineups no more, though. So people going to emergency, people going to the hospitals, psychologically, they don't want to go anywhere near a hospital, right? Psychologically, let's stay away from there, correct? And so the people that are going, they really need to go to the hospital. Could you imagine if we did that in the future? That's a good thing, right? Don't go to the hospital if you don't need to. You've learned not to go to the hospital now. So in the future, only go to the hospital when you need to. Bring down our healthcare costs. Ta-da! Just solution number one, right? So there's a lot of those solutions coming out there, a lot of those solutions. But then the sad situation that continues is Nova Scotia. We just up in Canada here, we just had a very sad situation transpire, and there's a lot of sad situations like this in the world that are transpiring, and then the families. the loved ones, the community. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child. The community, the villages, the families, the loved ones, the friends, the funerals. Think about all these funerals at 20 people or more. A very, very close person passed away that we know, and then but those funeral services, they're 20 people or more. Right? I have a friend of mine that his wife was really, really sick in the hospital, but they can't go. Right? They couldn't go. Right? So a lot of these things that because separation and isolation, etc., because we know it works, but in that sad, sad situation right now, we're limiting people's lives so much in moments of grief. Moments of grief that you can't even grieve properly now. Oh, grieve virtually. Grieve virtually. Human beings, DNA, skin, breathing, we feel energy. We do. We sense it. A whole new topic, but it's like we do, right? So that's why that intimacy in life is very important. Very important. So that's when the sad, sad situation. And the flip side of that doesn't make sense, like I talk about, like letting people into the country, but our governing bodies, the people that enforce, the people that are enforcing all the rules and regulation on everyone to follow, don't follow. You go across the border right now on today on Ottawa, Gatineau, go across the border, and law enforcement will still lean into your vehicle with no face covering, right? And they do that all day long. But they're the people enforcing the rules and regulation that are in place by them. And there's videos, like people sharing information. I talked about it yesterday, like sharing information is important. Videos, like military videos of military in countries that they've been locked down for a couple of weeks and they're not wearing facial covers. So the governing bodies that come and do the enforcement of the rules are not wearing personal protective equipment, right? So there's that whole thing. It doesn't make sense. And this whole sad situation, right? So they did it back in 1918. They went back to work. They went back being productive. They put in measures and procedures within the second waves. Remember the second waves? And within everything, they figured it out. I know we're opening a history book. I know we are, but they figured it out and they went back to work. They were able to attend funerals. They were able to visit their parents at the home. They were able to participate with their neighbors in a game of frisbee and catch, right? Or wearing the gloves and wearing the things. They were able to. And I know we're going there. We just need to speed it up, right? Get part of that aerobics program. Like, you did the warm up. We've done the warm up. We're like bouncing back and forth. Now we're kicking into gear. Now we need to kick into gear. That's what we need to do. We need to kick into gear. Okay, we're in a sad situation that's real. Even on 420, it's very real, right? And now we're all collectively participating, but we need to speed it up a notch while being proactively cooperating in a democratic society with personal protective equipment. All these things we all talk about, right? Let's kick it into gear. This sad situation that's real can be brightened up. Okay, Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA23, wishing each and every one of you a productive and healthy, great week ahead of us. Thank you. Merci.